In this lesson, we'll take a look at how to draw texture, and we'll draw 4 different texture types. Knowing how to create the illusion of texture in a drawing is an important skill for any artist to understand, and fortunately it comes down to 3 factors. The first factor is the surface texture of your paper itself. Now, the surface texture will play a role in what textures you can create using the medium of your choice. Smoother surfaces are going to make it easier to create smoother textures within your drawing, while coarser papers or papers with a heavier tooth may make it a little bit more difficult to create smooth textures, but easier to create rough or coarse textures. The second factor is directional stroking. Now, the direction that you pull your strokes with your medium is going to affect the illusion of texture. You need to consider the texture itself and look for indications of lines or directional strokes, and then mimic those when you create the illusion of texture in your drawing. The third factor in creating the illusion of texture in a drawing is value. Value is the darkness or lightness of color. It is the most important of the 7 elements of art. And when we create the illusion of texture, we need to pay special attention to the shapes of value that we see and the relationships of those values. If we get the shapes right and we get the relationships of values correct, then the illusion of texture is created. Now, let's take a look at a few practical examples. We'll draw 4 different spheres with 4 different textures. Let's begin by drawing some furry texture. We'll start by just locating the center of the darkest area on the furry sphere, and then we'll start pulling strokes outward using an HB graphite pencil. Remember, directional stroking is important in creating the illusion of texture, so we'll pull these strokes outward from that dark center area. We're going to apply different amounts of pressure here to create a little bit of variety in the value or the shading. Then we'll go ahead and start applying a bit of the white charcoal to preserve the light areas, since white charcoal doesn't fully cover the graphite applications. Then we can switch over to a 2B graphite pencil and start making some of the darker areas of shadow and value a little bit darker. And as we do so, we'll continue to consider the directional strokes that we make. At this point, we've already got a pretty convincing furry sphere, but let's do more. We'll go back with the white charcoal, again enhancing some of the highlights, and then we'll switch over to a 4B graphite pencil and make some of those dark values really dark. We'll go ahead and add a bit of cast shadow here with a light application of the 2B or 4B graphite pencil, and then blend it with the blending stump. Lastly, we'll go back with a dark graphite pencil, making the shadows even stronger. Now let's draw a rocky texture. For our rocky sphere, we'll start by just applying a bit of HB graphite to the entire sphere. I'm using light to medium pressure here. Then I'll use a blending stump to blend all of the material into the tooth of the paper and use a kneaded eraser to erase out the highlighted side of the sphere. Then I'll use an electric eraser here to erase out some of the initial highlighted areas, even in the dark side of the sphere. Then we'll switch over to the white charcoal pencil and start establishing some of the lighter values that we see before we get too much graphite on the surface. You can see here that I'm just using light pressure here with the white charcoal. Then we'll switch over to a 2B pencil and start making some of the darker values here. This will create the little ridges and things that happen between all of the different rocky textures that we see. We'll use a blending stump periodically to work the material in and create smoother gradations. Now, it's important to work slowly, even though this video is sped up. Take your time and be patient. This process of developing texture is a time-consuming one. For this sphere, we're going to work back and forth between adding graphite and adding white charcoal. So we'll enhance the highlights with the white charcoal and enhance the shadows with the graphite applications. You can be a little bit more freeform with a rocky texture like this because there's irregularity in the rocky texture. In other words, you don't have to copy your photo reference exactly. As long as you get the value relationships correct, then you should be able to create a convincing rocky texture. We'll gradually switch over to a 4B pencil to make some of the values much darker, increasing the range of value and the contrast within the scene. And then we'll go ahead and drop a little bit of cast shadow behind this sphere as well, again with a little bit of 2B graphite, then 4B graphite, with some blending in between with the blending stump. Lastly, I'll enhance some of the lines or edges at the bottom portion of the sphere to make the sphere appear more grounded. Next, let's take a look at drawing wooden texture. For our wooden sphere, we'll start by establishing the form of the sphere itself. I'll start here with a bit of white charcoal, and then I'll start adding some HB graphite into the shadowed areas. Then using a blending stump, we'll work these transitions in, creating a smooth transition. Then I'll start with a 2B graphite pencil and start establishing some of the cracks and things in the spaces in between each of the slats of wood. We'll also add some variety here and make sure our lines are a little bit irregular since this wooden sphere is a little bit weathered. Then we'll start adding some of the darker value and blending with the blending stump. Again, considering our directional strokes. Remember, these directional strokes should flow over the form of the sphere since the sphere is made out of wood. We'll also add a few indications of some of the grains of the texture of the wood and also smooth and soften this with the blending stump as we go. We'll gradually and patiently work our way from the left side to the right side. Now I'm doing this purely because I'm right-handed. I'm trying to keep the palm of my hand out of the way of the material so I don't smear any of the material on the surface. And just like we did with the rocky sphere, we'll continue to develop both the light and dark values as we go, adding darker values with the 2B or 4B pencil and lighter values with the white charcoal pencil. We'll gradually work our way over to the right side where we see mostly lighter values, so we'll use a little bit of a lighter touch with the graphite pencil and a little bit of a stronger touch with the white charcoal pencil. We'll also make sure our edges are nice and strong and crisp, and then we'll add a little bit of cast shadow here as well with a 2B or 4B graphite pencil before blending with the blending stump. We'll clean up a few stray marks with the kneaded eraser, and then we'll go back with the 4B pencil and make some of the darker values as dark as they need to be. Now let's draw a highly reflective metallic texture. For our highly reflective metallic surface, shapes of value are going to be extremely important. So we'll start by establishing the areas where we see contrast in value, establishing the shapes of different values. We'll start with the larger shapes within the sphere, and then we'll break down some of the smaller shapes that we see within. We'll go ahead and switch over to the white charcoal pencil, establishing the areas of strongest highlight, and then we'll blend lightly with the blending stump. Then we'll go ahead and switch over to a 2B graphite pencil and start making some of the darker values that we see within these shapes. There are gradations or slow changes from dark to light within these shapes, so it's important to pay attention to this and use your blending stump to make those transitions smooth. Then we'll switch back to the white charcoal pencil and establish the lighter values, which are found mostly on the bottom side of the sphere. We'll use an HB and a 2B graphite pencil to make the shadow at the bottom a little bit stronger, and then we'll do the same around the edges and blend lightly with the blending stump to make the sphere look rounded. We'll drop a little bit of cast shadow underneath using a 2B graphite pencil and then a 4B graphite pencil and blend with the blending stump. We'll also add a few additional areas of highlight and clean up the drawing to produce our highly reflective, shiny sphere. Now we've had a look at drawing 4 distinct textures with graphite and white charcoal. Just remember, to create the illusion of texture, you need to consider the surface texture of the paper, the directional strokes that you make, and the relationships of values. Now this was just a quick introduction to texture, but if you want to go deeper, then I suggest you check out the class Drawing Bootcamp 2.0. In this class, you'll learn how to see as an artist. Now this is not just drawing textures, but it's the whole shebang. We cover everything from drawing with line, how to piece shapes together to create complex imagery, and how to use value to create the illusion of form, and of course texture, and we put everything that we learned together in one final drawing. Now this class features over 14 video lessons that are all presented in real time so that you can draw along, and it features over 14 hours of video content walking you from concept to concept in a slow, easily digestible pace. If you want to check out the class, Drawing Bootcamp 2.0, or any of our other classes and courses that we offer at thevirtualinstructor.com, just look for the link in the description below. Now, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below if this video helped you out. If you want to check out 3 of our course videos and ebooks for free, I'll leave a link in the description below for that as well. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I wish you all the very best in your artistic success.